Hi, I'm Krisha and this is Cindy. Cindy is an immensely popular spearmint-flavored stick of chewing gum known across the globe, and yet her looks are deceiving. Made primarily of a synthetic polymer gum base with plastics like polyethylene, Cindy can take several hundred years to completely biodegrade in our already overflowing landfills. There, she also emits very high levels of toxic greenhouse gases, and yet all her friends, gums from brands like Trident, Orbit, Eclipse, and Extra, all follow the same tragic story. In fact, it's estimated that chewed gum contributes to an over 250,000 tons of additional waste in our landfills. While some quickly biodegradable natural rubber-based chewing gums have been developed in the last few years, synthetic polymer gum bases still dominate over 90% of the chewing gum market. And limited other solutions exist. Some governmental initiatives and private companies have set up receptacles in populous cities to encourage correct disposal of chewed gum, and companies like Gumdrop repurpose such gum litter into products like coffee mugs and/or notebooks, and yet these solutions all fundamentally lack user convenience, rely on preventive measures rather than action-based solutions, and require significant changes in consumer behavior. With over 300 trillion sticks of synthetic polymer-based chewing gum being produced annually, the need for a more consumer-oriented and reactionary anti-gum litter solution is now clear in this almost entirely uncontested blue ocean market space. Introducing Zeco, an ultra-thin, novel means of using paper wrapping to biodegrade gum. Zico is composed of recycled, biodegradable cellulose paper fibers that are coated with an inactivated freeze-dried form of surfactant. Surfactant is a biological molecule that has been scientifically proven to hasten the biodegradation of synthetic polymers when in contact with the bacterium Bacillus subtilis. Now, this bacteria is inherently present in our oral microbiomes and saliva, and when we chew gum, some of this bacteria is instinctively transferred to the gum itself. Zico then capitalizes on this transfer. Its key differentiating feature is that upon the gum wrapper coming into contact with water or saliva, the freeze-dried surfactant within its wrapper will become activated again and accordingly help with polymer degradation. Users with a Zico wrapper would simply need to spit out their saliva-enriched chewed gum back into the gum wrapper, and this would automatically then reactivate the surfactant, allow it to mingle with the Bacillus subtilis from the chewed gum, and accordingly assist with efficient biodegradation of the synthetic polymers of the chewed gum. In fact, studies have shown over 10% decreases in the mass of synthetic polymers in just 30 days when exposed to Bacillus subtilis and surfactant in labs, compared to the hundreds of years that it would take otherwise. And thus, the technology behind Zico already exists and has been preliminarily validated. Within the market, Zico is able to eliminate the need for users to change their gum consumption habits. All they do is spit their gum into the wrappers, and of the 100+ individuals we've already surveyed, over 90% of them indicated already doing so. The consequent result? Zico's increased likelihood of widespread adoption. Zico also reduces the greenhouse gas emissions in landfill space occupied by chewed gum and raises the accessibility of such a solution. Our accordingly created competitive advantages are then convenience, sustainability, and accessibility. While we've already done initial proof of concept work, we're now looking to actually develop and test our proposed solution. Based on initial research, we anticipate just a 30-cent total production cost for 100 Zico wrappers, including overhead costs from biotechnology usage and machinery. We propose a consequent selling price of about 90 cents for every 100 Zico wrappers. Zico would like to explore the usage of a B2B revenue model, selling to wholesale distributors or even just to chewing gum companies like Wrigley and Trident that use synthetic polymer gum bases. By being used for just 0.5% of the gum wrapping done globally for synthetic polymer stick gums, Zico could raise over $800 million in profit. Further down the line, we'd also like to expand by selling directly to natural polymer-based chewing gum companies. With the entire chewing gum industry already worth about $20 billion and only growing, Zico holds significant growth potential in the not near future. Nonetheless, our initial marketing efforts will be focused on our primary target market, Gen Z youth and young adults between ages 11 and 25. Such individuals are not only the most frequent gum consumption users, but they've also been reported to be the most environmentally conscious when making their purchases. As for now, Zico is already working with mentors and dentists, and its next steps include patenting and prototyping. Moving forward, the community that the Blue Ocean competition would offer would be invaluable in helping us reach and accomplish these goals. Zico, redefining gum wrapping for generations to come. Thank you.